So, welcome back everybody, and what we have here is pink Rubellite Tourmaline. I've never cut this before. I'm usually using cheaper gems to practice on, but this is lovely, and what I'm going to do is a bit of an experiment. I'm going to cut an oval shape, which is a little bit more challenging than a round brilliant or a square, and I'm going to let the Pavilion facets guide the size of the stone itself. So I'm going to start by actually cutting the Pavilion facets, just make a start on them, and then I'll look at it and see how it shapes up. So that's what we're going to do. So I've set the first facet the first protractor angle in, and it's set at 46.83. Now I learnt something the other day, and what I've basically done is just eyeballed it before and gone to the 46, and the 8.3 bit has always been a challenge for me, and I've just guessed that, but I've discovered a way of doing it properly by going through a YouTube channel as to how to read these off. Now 46.8. So a quick interruption to show you how to read this accurately. So 46.8, there's the 4 for 40, that's 45, and that's 46. You read it from the 0 mark. Now to get the 0.8, this is where I used to fall down. I roughly put it where 0.8 is, and then I look for 0.8 here. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I look for a line up, which comes just there. Nothing else will be lined up other than the 0.8. So this is now accurately 46. Look for the 8. Is it lined up accurately on the mark? Yes it is. Nothing else will line up accurately. So this is 46.8. And then you would tighten it down and start cutting. So that's how to get a very accurate reading from this handpiece. Very accurate setting. I'm using the nasty old 100 grit diamond disc, so it's going to get a bit noisy, so I'll make a start and then I'll turn it off and come back to you when I've finished using the noisy disc, because it can get noisy. 1, 2, 3. So 96, 1, 2, 3. And we're off. Speed, water. I've not experienced this stone before, so I don't know how it'll cut. Okay, let's carry on. And what I'm basically trying to do is gauge a central point, so we'll lay in these first 4 facets and rough eyeball it until we get to the centre, and that'll give us a starting point. Anyway, you don't need to hear the noisy bit, I'll come back here. Okay, so what I'm discovering, just preforming this with a 500 disc, is that Tourmaline, or as this is known as pink Rubellite Tourmaline, is quite fragile as far as cleavage is concerned. We're okay there, we're okay there, but on this angle here we're hitting a sensitive spot, as you can see, so I'm changing to a 500 disc, which will mean that the cutting process takes longer, but obviously this is too nice a stone to waste. So let's carry on now with the 500 disc and see how we get on. Okay, so I've reached all the facet points using a 500 disc. I can show you how I know that. Okay, just barely touching there. We'll go to the next one. 45. Okay. And the other side, which is 3. Eyeballed it, looks accurate. First 4 facets in. Coronation Street is finished, so back in with the wife. Isn't that right, dear?
No, not yet.
So what we're left with now is a nice clean centre point, and the rest of the facets, the next one set at 44.94, can be cut in to join that point, and we're using that as our centre point. So that's set at 44.94 and it's on index 10. Let's go for it. Coming in nicely. Day 2 of our pink Rubellite Tourmaline. I've put the first 2 main facets in, and I've started on the centre 2, which I've still got to do on that side, but this plan doesn't follow that logic. I think it builds it going around, so that's what we'll do. It's December the 15th, we've just reached 72,000 Omicron or whatever it's called, COVID cases per day. That's horrendous. I'm so thankful that I'm triple jabbed now because I work in the care industry. But be safe everybody, and let's just enjoy ourselves. Coronation Street's about to start. That means I get a moment of freedom now whilst that's on. So let's do some faceting. Glasses on. See how this is coming in. Lovely. Just a reminder, I started off with a 100 disc. That was far too harsh for tourmaline because it started chipping, so I've taken it straight to the 500 with a slightly higher revs. It's far smoother and there's no chipping. So I'll bring you back. So we have carefully laid in all the facets there, and we're now ready to set the size as the plan says, which is to go for the girdle, and that we set at a 0 and a 0, so straight, and it's suggesting that we start with girdle facet 3, so that's what we're going to do on the index wheel. Right, let's do it. If I was a smooth operator, I'd have wound it down already. It's been slick, but you're seeing it live. An angle actually, because it's an oval. But this is where we make the best of the stone, hopefully. And I might set some of these in and then have to readjust them because the stone isn't sort of the perfect shape, but we'll find out. This is where the oval will appear now. Not speedily, but it will appear. Laid in those two facets there, and we're now on to the next facet, and this shapes the stone. So what I've done is I've got those two facets accurately, and I've then faceted this one to a level where I can just touch it. It's just lightly touching on there. So we're going to be brave now because we've got another one to do on the other side. So theoretically, if I just let the stone sink down, keep everything where it is, we should just about get to the right level. So that one was done at 10, the next one is done at 86 on the index wheel. 85, 86. Alright, here we go. Let the machine do the work. Because I'm letting the machine do the work, hopefully it'll be accurate. I'll come back to you shortly. So we've just about got there. The stone is just skipping. You can see I'm not holding it, so it's just lightly cutting. Let me have a look before I make an idiot of myself. There we go. And as you can see, not quite there, but near as damn it now that I can start eyeballing it. So that's trusting the machine and the noise that it makes when it gets to that point. So close. Right, we're there. So again, just an example of trusting the machine and the noises that it makes to get a facet accurate. You know the drill, Coronation Street's about to finish. Got to go spend time with Mrs. Harris, but it's given me enough time to knock this up. And we're ready basically for the second lot of Pavilion facets now to come in from the top, second tier, whatever they're called. It's worked out very, very well, mainly because I've learned to use this far more accurately. Okay, welcome back everybody. So just to recap, this is what we've got so far. The first lot of Pavilion facets are in and the Girdle facets are in, and it's looking very nice. So before I put in the second lot of Pavilion facets, I'm going to put some polishing in just to make the lines of demarcation clear. Right, so we found the secret, lucite lap with 5,000 or 6,000 grit diamond powder. That really does work well. So I don't know how well you can see this, but I'll film it on my iPhone when I get a better result all the way around. And that's cutting in nicely and polishing. 93. Nice. So you can see that one there. That's nice and shiny. I'm not going all the way down to the bottom because there's no need, because when we do the crown we're going to lose most of that, bar 0.5 millimetre here. That 0.5 millimetre will form the girdle. So to carry on polishing this, I'm simply going to go through the plan, 8, 9, 10 on the index wheel, wind it up a bit, offer it up, bring it down, do a quick check. Good. Lovely. This polishes really nicely on this lucite mat. 86. Check. That's great. Well, I'll carry on and bring you back and show you when this bit's done. So, I've just started laying in the second row of Pavilion facets, and I'm using the 1200 diamond disc because I want to be careful. Two in, a few more to go, so I'll carry on doing those and then we'll pop. Right, so here we are, using the 1200 disc. We've got those final facets in on the Pavilion, so we're now into the polishing stage, generally one of the most challenging stages that there is. So let's just show you how we prep up, how I prep up. Power on, bit of a spin, and let's clean it up from the last use. Quick dab, light brush. And I'm using 5000 grit. Too much on there then, but we'll clean it off anyway. So what I tend to do next is get a bit of old corundum and just force the powder into the lamp. Clean it off again. Right, let's set this up. Start at the beginning. So 42.6, 42.6, and that's on that index 6. Wind it up a bit. So interesting, you can see there that it's polished the very top of that facet. Obviously I need to lower this down a bit, put a bit more pressure on it. That's what we'll do. Like a mirror. So I'm using the tricks of the machine. I'll just show you. Don't know how clearly you can see that, but we're almost to the bottom of that facet. So by using the tricks of the machine, I'm going to lower again. That then concentrates the polishing on the very bottom end of the facet. Don't want to go too crazy. Almost there. Okay. Perfect. Move on to the next one. Now as you can see, that's like a mirror finish now on those two. So it's not a lot of work involved, but you've got to get used to these little tricks of perhaps lowering the table down to get the bottom edge of the facet. The other trick is to raise it up and drop the leg over to get the top end of the facet if it's not quite there. So I'm going to carry on doing these and I'll come back to you and show you the finished product as far as the Pavilion is concerned. Sorry about the fluff on the end of it, but this is obviously one of those gems that attracts fluff. Some of them do. I'm very pleased with that. I've got a bit of grease on it. But tomorrow, if Mrs. Harris gives us permission, and the birth of Christ doesn't get too much in the way, we'll facet the crown. Right, Saturday morning, the weekend's here, and we're starting on the crown. And the first facet, and I'm using a 500 diamond disc. First facet, facet A, 41.73, set in, and it's 3.93. So 3 set in, power, water, motion, and let's begin. Always a nervous moment. If we got it right, is it laying in straight? Only time will tell. And this is where we're now setting in the height of the girdle. So I'm going to facet that down until we reach the girdle, which will be about half millimetre wide. Back to you shortly. So we've done the top facets and we're laying in the mains now, which is the second row of facets on the crown. And for this, it's careful as you go, careful as you put it down, look all the time. Right, so here we are, all the facets laid in. The beauty of the stone won't come alive until it's polished, so let's see what happens. Some lubricant on it, and we'll let the stone do the work for a bit, not the stone. For those of you watching this as it's been released, I wish you all a safe and happy Christmas. Please do like, subscribe and pass it on to somebody that you might think's interested, and I'll see you again in the next video.